Welcome to our countdown of the top 5 creatures you'll be happier extinct. These terrifying beings roamed the earth millions of years ago, but thankfully they're no longer around to give us nightmares. Imagine a world where the oceans were ruled by predators larger than any we see today, where the skies were filled with creatures that dwarfed our modern birds, and where even the ground beneath your feet could conceal creatures of astonishing size and power. These are the creatures we're going to explore today, creatures that have left behind only tantalizing glimpses of their existence in the fossil record, creatures that are both fascinating and, thankfully, extinct. Join me as we journey back in time, to a world ruled by giants, to a world where survival was a daily struggle, and to a world where these incredible, terrifying creatures reigned supreme. GAP 3S. Before we dive into the reign of the super shark, let's take a moment to explore the world that led to the rise of such an incredible predator. The prehistoric seas were teeming with life, from the smallest plankton to the largest marine reptiles. But amongst all these creatures, one stood out as the ultimate predator, the megalodon, GAP 2S. Imagine an ocean where danger lurked at every corner, where a single shadow could spell doom for even the largest sea creatures. The megalodon was not just a shark, it was a behemoth. Growing up to 60 feet in length, it was 3 times the size of the largest great white shark. Its sheer size made it an apex predator, but it was its hunting techniques that truly set it apart. GAP 2S. The megalodon was a master of ambush. Using the element of surprise, it would strike with incredible force, its massive jaws snapping shut with a bite force estimated to be over 18 tons. This was enough to crush the bones of its prey, which included whales, dolphins, and other large marine animals. With teeth that could reach over 7 inches in length, it was equipped to tear through flesh and bone with terrifying efficiency. GAP 2S. But even the mightiest creatures are not immune to the forces of nature. The megalodon's reign came to an end around 3.6 million years ago. Scientists believe that changes in the Earth's climate, along with a decrease in the availability of prey, played significant roles in its extinction. The cooling of ocean temperatures and the decline of its primary food sources likely spelled the end for this giant of the seas. GAP 2S. Today, the megalodon lives on only in our imaginations and in the fossils it left behind. These fossils, particularly its teeth, are a stark reminder of its once dominant presence in the ancient oceans. They tell a tale of a creature that was perfectly adapted to its environment, yet still fell victim to the ever-changing dynamics of our planet. GAP 2S. As we move forward in our journey, remember the megalodon, the colossal sea predator that once ruled the oceans. Its existence is a testament to the incredible diversity and power of prehistoric life, and a reminder of the ever-changing nature of life on Earth. GAP 3S. Before we delve further into the reign of the megalodon, let's take a detour into the realm of myth and legend. Picture this: the vast, uncharted oceans where the unknown lurks beneath the waves. Among the many tales spun by sailors throughout history, one stands out for its sheer terror and grandeur: the legend of the Kraken. GAP 2S. The Kraken, a monstrous sea creature of enormous size, is said to dwell off the coasts of Norway and Greenland. Its origins can be traced back to Norse mythology, where it was described as a giant octopus or squid capable of dragging entire ships to the ocean floor. The first recorded mention of the Kraken dates back to the 13th century in the old Icelandic sagas. GAP 2S. Descriptions of the Kraken vary, but most agree on its terrifying appearance. Some accounts depict it as a colossal octopus with tentacles long enough to wrap around a ship's hull. Others describe it as having numerous spiked arms and a beak powerful enough to crush wood and metal alike. The Kraken was said to create massive whirlpools, capable of capsizing even the sturdiest vessels. GAP 2S. For sailors, the Kraken was more than just a myth, it was a living nightmare. Tales of ships disappearing without a trace or being pulled into the depths by unseen forces only fueled the fear of this monstrous entity. Some sailors even claimed to have seen the Kraken's tentacles rise from the water, a sight that would send shivers down the spine of even the bravest seafarer. GAP 2S. The legend of the Kraken has had a lasting impact on maritime folklore and popular culture. From ancient maps depicting sea monsters to modern-day films and literature, the Kraken continues to capture our imaginations. While science has yet to confirm the existence of such a creature, the discovery of giant squids in the deep ocean suggests that the myth may have some basis in reality. Gap 2S, as we turn our gaze back to the prehistoric seas. Remember the Kraken, the legendary sea monster that haunted the dreams of sailors. Its story reminds us of the boundless mysteries that the ocean holds and the powerful grip that myth and legend have on our collective psyche. Gap 3S. Now let's continue our journey through the ancient oceans and explore the reign of the supershark. Gap 3S. Before we dive further into the world of marine giants, let's take a moment to explore the era when the Earth was ruled by titanic reptiles, the age of the dinosaurs. Picture a world teeming with life. A world where giant creatures roamed the land, flew in the skies, and even swam in the waters. This was the Mesozoic era, a time spanning over 180 million years, divided into three periods: the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. Gap 2S. During the Triassic period, the first dinosaurs began to appear. These early dinosaurs were relatively small and lived alongside other reptiles and early mammals. One of the most well-known dinosaurs from this period is the Coelophysis, a swift and agile predator. As the Triassic gave way to the Jurassic, dinosaurs began to diversify and grow in size. Gap 2S. The Jurassic period is often considered the golden age of dinosaurs. This is when some of the most iconic species lived, including the massive sauropods like Brachiosaurus and Diplodocus, which towered over the landscape. These herbivorous giants roamed the vast floodplains, using their long necks to reach vegetation high in the trees. Meanwhile, predators like Allosaurus and Stegosaurus hunted in the shadows, constantly engaged in a struggle for survival. Gap 2S. As we move into the Cretaceous period, the diversity of dinosaurs reached its peak. This era saw the rise of the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex, a fearsome predator that has captured the imagination of people around the world. The Triceratops, with its distinctive three horns and frilled neck, also thrived during this time. The Cretaceous period was a time of great change, with the continents drifting apart and new ecosystems forming. Gap 2S. But just as these magnificent creatures seemed invincible, their reign came to a sudden and dramatic end. Theories about the extinction of the dinosaurs abound, with the most widely accepted explanation being the impact of a massive asteroid. This cataclysmic event would have caused widespread fires, a nuclear winter effect, and a disruption of the global climate, leading to the demise of the dinosaurs. Gap 2S. While the dinosaurs may have vanished from the Earth, their legacy lives on. Fossils and footprints give us a glimpse into their world, and modern birds are considered their closest living relatives. The age of the dinosaurs reminds us of the ever-changing nature of life on our planet, and the incredible creatures that have come and gone. Gap 3S. Now let's turn our attention back to the ancient oceans and the reign of the supershark. Our journey begins in the vast expanse of the world's oceans, a realm that has always held a particular fascination for us. For millions of years, these waters were patrolled by a creature that has captured our imaginations like no other, the Megalodon. Picture, if you will, a shark, but not just any shark. This was a shark of truly colossal proportions, a shark that dwarfed even the largest great white sharks alive today. Imagine yourself standing on the deck of a small boat, the waves lapping gently at the hull. Now imagine a creature 3 times the length of your boat gliding silently beneath you, its shadow passing like a dark cloud across the seabed. This was the Megalodon, the ruler of its watery domain. We can only imagine the awe and terror that this creature must have inspired in its prey. Its massive jaws, lined with rows of serrated teeth, each one the size of a human hand, could crush through bone and flesh with terrifying ease. Whales, dolphins, even other sharks, all fell victim to the Megalodon's insatiable appetite. Fossils of Megalodon teeth have been found all over the world, a testament to its dominance of the ancient oceans. These teeth, some measuring over 7 inches in length, are our most tangible link to this prehistoric monster. They tell a story of a creature that was perfectly adapted to its environment, a creature that was the apex predator of its time. But like all creatures, the megalodon's reign eventually came to an end. Changes in climate and the availability of prey likely contributed to its demise, leaving behind only whispers of its existence in the fossil record. The megalodon may be long gone, but its legend continues to fascinate and terrify us. It serves as a stark reminder of the incredible power of nature and the awe-inspiring creatures that have inhabited our planet. Our next stop takes us out of the oceans and into the humid, dense jungles of what is now South America, some 60 million years ago. Here, in the wake of the dinosaurs' extinction, a new kind of monster was evolving, the Titanoboa. Imagine a world still recovering from a cataclysmic event. Lush vegetation reclaiming the land, the air thick with humidity and the sounds of unfamiliar creatures. And slithering through this prehistoric paradise, a creature so large, so powerful that it could strike terror into the heart of any animal that crossed its path. The Titanoboa, as its name suggests, was a titan among snakes. Growing up to 42 feet long and weighing over a ton, it was the largest snake to have ever slithered across the face of the earth. Its sheer size is difficult to comprehend. Imagine a creature as long as a school bus, its body as thick as a man's torso, moving with surprising speed and agility. This wasn't just a large snake. It was a powerful constrictor. Its massive coils could crush the life out of its prey with incredible force. Crocodiles, giant turtles, even early mammals. None was safe from the Titanoboa's deadly embrace. We know about the Titanoboa thanks to the remarkable discovery of fossilized vertebrae and skulls in a coal mine in Colombia. These fossils, meticulously pieced together, have allowed us to reconstruct this incredible creature and gain a glimpse into the terrifying world it inhabited. The discovery of the Titanoboa reminds us that the history of life on Earth is full of surprises. Just when we think we've encountered the largest, the smallest, or the most fearsome, nature has a way of proving us wrong. Our journey through prehistory now takes us to the sun-drenched floodplains of what is now North Africa, some 100 million years ago. Here, amongst the dinosaurs, roamed a creature that challenged even the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex for the title of the largest land predator, the Spinosaurus. Picture a landscape dominated by vast river systems teeming with life. Dinosaurs, large and small, roamed this land, but none were as imposing, as visually striking as the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus was a creature of impressive dimensions, reaching lengths of up to 59 feet. But what truly set it apart was its enormous sail, a massive structure of skin and bone that rose from its back, reaching heights of over 6 feet. This sail, most likely used for display and possibly for thermoregulation, would have been an awe-inspiring sight. Imagine the Spinosaurus wading through the shallows, its sail breaking the surface of the water like a giant fin casting an ominous shadow over the riverbed. But the Spinosaurus wasn't just about spectacle, it was a formidable predator in its own right. Its long, crocodile-like snout was lined with sharp, conical teeth, perfect for gripping slippery prey. Fish, dinosaurs, anything that strayed too close to the water's edge, risked becoming a meal for this giant predator. Recent fossil discoveries have shed new light on the Spinosaurus, suggesting that it may have been more adapted to an aquatic lifestyle than previously thought. Its powerful tail, potentially used for propulsion in water, and its dense bones, similar to those of penguins, paint a picture of a dinosaur that was as comfortable in the water as it was on land. The Spinosaurus, with its unique combination of size, power, and aquatic adaptations, remains one of the most fascinating and enigmatic creatures to have ever walked the earth. We now leave the realm of giant predators and venture into a world ruled by creatures of a different kind. Imagine a time when even the smallest creatures could grow to monstrous sizes, a time when the undergrowth teemed with life on a scale that is hard to fathom today. Our next encounter takes us back 300 million years to the Carboniferous period, a time when the Earth was covered in lush, swampy forests. The air was thick with oxygen, fueling the growth of plants and animals alike, and it was here, amongst the giant ferns and towering horsetails, that the Arthropleura made its home. Imagine walking through a forest where the undergrowth crackled with the sound of countless tiny legs. But these were no ordinary insects. These were creatures that dwarfed even the largest insects alive today. This was the world of the Arthropleura, the largest land invertebrate ever discovered. The Arthropleura was a giant millipede, reaching lengths of up to 8 feet. Its segmented body, covered in a tough exoskeleton, could have easily spanned the width of a small car. Imagine encountering this creature on your next nature walk. Despite its imposing size, the Arthropleura was most likely a herbivore, its powerful mandibles adapted for grinding up plant matter. Fossils of its gut contents have revealed traces of spores and plant material, suggesting that it played a vital role in the ecosystem of the Carboniferous. The Arthropleura's reign, however, eventually came to an end as the Earth's climate changed and the oxygen-rich forests that it depended on began to disappear. But its legacy as one of the largest land invertebrates to have ever lived continues to inspire awe and wonder. Our final stop on this journey through prehistory takes us back to the Devonian period, some 400 million years ago. This was a time long before the dinosaurs, a time when the oceans teemed with creatures that seem both familiar and utterly alien to our modern eyes. Imagine a world where the oceans were a battleground, where every creature, from the smallest fish to the largest predator, was locked in a constant struggle for survival. This was the world of the Dunkleosteus, a creature that ruled the seas with its sheer power and its bone-crushing bite. Forget teeth as you know them. The Dunkleosteus didn't have teeth in the traditional sense. Instead, it possessed bony plates that extended from its jaws, forming a razor-sharp beak capable of generating incredible force. Imagine a creature that could snap a prehistoric shark in half with a single bite. The Dunkleosteus was an armored fish, its head and neck encased in thick, bony plates. This armor, while providing protection from predators, would have also made it a formidable opponent in its own right. Imagine the clash of these armored giants as they battled for dominance in the murky depths. Growing up to 30 feet long, the Dunkleosteus was a true monster of the deep. Its massive size, combined with its powerful bite and armored body, made it the apex predator of its time. But even the mightiest of creatures are not invincible. As the Devonian period drew to a close, so too did the reign of the Dunkleosteus. Changes in the oceans, possibly due to volcanic activity or asteroid impacts, led to its extinction. The Dunkleosteus, with its terrifying bite and armored body, serves as a reminder of the incredible diversity of life that has existed on our planet and the power of nature to create creatures that seem both familiar and utterly alien to our modern eyes. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. Aren't you glad these creatures are no longer around? The Megalodon, Titanoboa, Spinosaurus, Arthropleura and Dunkleosteus, each one a testament to the power and diversity of life on Earth, are now just echoes in the fossil record. While we can marvel at their size and power, we can also be grateful that we live in a world where we don't have to worry about encountering these creatures in the wild. Their extinction is a reminder of the ever-changing nature of life on Earth and the importance of understanding and protecting the incredible biodiversity that surrounds us today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating content. Gap2S. But wait, before you go, we have one more surprise for you. Recently, paleontologists have uncovered the remains of a creature that has taken the scientific community by storm. Meet the abyssal leviathan, an underwater predator from the late Cretaceous period that roamed the deep seas. Imagine a creature with the body of a colossal squid, but with the jaws and teeth reminiscent of a great white shark. This monstrous being, estimated to be over 60 feet long, had tentacles lined with sharp serrated suckers that could latch onto its prey with terrifying efficiency. Its discovery has shed new light on the deadly ecosystems of the ancient oceans and the fierce competition for survival that took place beneath the waves. The abyssal leviathan's remains suggest it was an apex predator, capable of taking down even the largest marine reptiles of its time. Its existence paints a vivid picture of the dark, mysterious world of the prehistoric deep sea, a place where danger lurked in every shadow. So as we marvel at this new discovery, let's remember that our planet's history is full of hidden wonders and terrifying giants. Who knows what other secrets lie buried, waiting to be unearthed? Stay curious and stay tuned for more incredible revelations about our planet's distant past. Gap3S. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of our ancient world.